Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about how can we get 6.5, 7 or 7.5 band in Ielts speaking with our moderate level of English speaking. Friends, you will surprised to know that for getting 7 or 7.5 band in Ielts speaking, you need not to have a very high standard of English. Even with moderate English, you can do this. But you need to learn about certain things that which will help you to get 7 band. First of all, you should be 100% familiar with the pattern of IELTS speaking, like part 1, part 2 and part 3. In part 1, you know the basic questions like related to your life, your interests, your hobbies, or some daily routine type topics the examiner asks. So you are supposed to answer them in 2, 3, 4 sentences, but answer them with emotions and feelings. Means it should not be seen that you have crammed the answers or you are giving a ready-made answer. So that should be related to reality of your life. Second thing is always focus on the question that what the examiner is asking you. Is his or her question is related like why means asking you certain reasons, how mean asking you certain processes, how one thing is done or how it can be done. So that is really important. Second thing is the most important thing. There are 4 important things in IELTS speaking: vocabulary, grammar, then continuity, linking words, and the last one is task completion. Means are you covering every part of the question? So these 4 criteria, you can say, that are the 4 stronghold points that you upon which you will be assessed by the examiner. So you need to use vocabulary that is related to the topic, and the vocabulary that you already familiar with. You know how to use them, their meanings, their usage, area of usage, which you already familiar with. Never use any kind of new word in speaking time, maybe because we are not very much familiar or used to that word, and the chances are that we can make mistakes there. Second thing is grammar. Grammar is really very important. Examiner is going to test your level of grammar. Are you comfortable in using past, present and future? I have personally seen that many students face problem when they speak in past. They simply think that in past means use of was and were. No, it's not like that. Was and were is a part of the past tense. But along with that, you should know how to use second form, did not and first form, how to use would, could, and for perfect tenses like had plus third form, and should also know that how to talk in passive voice. In passive voice, you need to learn about is, am, are, was, were plus third form. They are very important there. Passive voice make our speaking formal. They are important. Another thing is that how to use complex sentences. Again, this is need a lot of practice, like how to use not only but also, although, though, because, since, as long as well as. So compound sentences using but, and, in addition to, furthermore, these kind of cohesive devices, you should familiar with all these things. And these things also help you to change the course of your sentence. Means you want to move from positiveness to negativeness, then to surprise. You want to add your mood, like you by using modals, like for example shall, will, could, should, must, has to, have to. They all you should be able to use comfortably, pleasantly, easily. Another thing is that always pay attention to all the parts of the cue card, and when you say the cue card, try to use the method of edification. Suppose you are talking about any restaurant, so you should not simply say that I went to spicy restaurant or hot and spicy, or name any restaurant, brother's restaurant. You should say that I went to one of the best restaurant of my town. I met a person who was the most interesting person that I ever met in my life. So this is the way of edification. You praise, and the examiner will definitely want to listen about that thing, that which kind of person or which kind of place we are going to talk about. Friends, you need to get maximum attention of your examiner towards you, and that is why your speaking should be interesting. You should speak about real life situations or something that happened with you. Okay, you can create imagination, because everything does not happen with us. For example, if there is a cue card speak about an activity that you enjoyed near water, so maybe possible that you never went to any riverside or swimming pool or any water place. So at that time you have to imagine the things, create a scene in front of you, and then speak step by step. Okay, one modern thing is that speak loudly. You should be loud enough that examiner shouldn't make effort to listen you. If he has to pay keen attention and make a hard work to listen you, it means that you will definitely lose mark, because that kind of thing may disturb the examiner, may annoy the examiner. So speak loud enough that he can comfortably get what you want to say. When you enter the room, this is one important thing. You should greet the examiner. If it's the morning time, say good morning. If the afternoon time, say afternoon, with having a big smile on your face. Again, these days the masks are worn by the candidates, so maybe possible that the smile cannot be seen by the examiner, but you should smile, because smile is not just related to our lips. Even our eyes also smile. We can show the expression of happiness or smile by our eyes. After that, then ask the examiner, may I sit down or can I take the seat? Okay. So when you sit down, then examiner introduces himself or herself, and pay keen attention on his name, what he says. My name is Alexander, I am from Australia. So most of the candidates do not listen this. You should pay attention towards what the examiner is saying to you, introducing himself. This thing will help you in the exam time. Like if you know the nationality of the examiner, if you know from his body structure that what kind age the examiner will be, like he is middle aged or young, accordingly you use your ideas while answering. If the examiner is a middle aged person, so try to talk in such a way that you should touch some things which are related to middle aged people. For example, you can say that I like, my friend is I have a best friend of mine who is a middle aged, around 50 years old. So this is the way to relating your topic to the examiner, or relating yourself to the examiner. If examiner is old enough, then you can say that I like to listen the old music. Most of the middle aged people like to listen old music. If your examiner is young enough, you can say that I like to listen the beat songs. If your examiner is Englishman, then you can deliberately add such things like I love to visit churches, I love to go to the places for example, that is particularly related to Christianity. So this is called emotional touch. You emotionally touch yourself with the examiner. Although examiners are smart enough, maybe you think that such things do not affect them, but actually examiner are also human beings. So we always like those persons who have something related to us, our taste like things. For example, if I listen music, I always like that person who listen music. So try to make some judgments from the age factor of the examiner, from his name, make the judgment that which country he belongs to. If he says that he is from Australia, you should say that my favorite place is in Sydney or in Melbourne. Or if he asks you that which is your favorite city, you can say my favorite city is Melbourne, although I didn't go there, but I have seen Melbourne on through television or through cricket matches. So in this way you can relate. If you are successfully able to these things, maybe chances that you make examiner happy, comfortable, and the result is that a happy person will always give good band, reward you in a better way. So along with these things, try to use longer sentences, and your speaking flow should be smooth enough. Avoid certain sounds like instead of them you should use fillers like I mean to say, according to my views, as far as my thinking is concerned, as far as I learned from the different books. So these are all these things are the fillers that you can use and establish a continuity or flow in your conversation. Throughout the topic, have a smile on your face, and you can also make some use of hands. Many people say that we should not make use of hands, it will decrease the score, but I don't agree with this, because sitting like a robot makes our speaking boring. So you can little bit use your hand movements, your gestures. Okay, at the end I would like to say that never forget to thank the examiner when the speaking test is over. Say that thank you very much sir or madam, and have a nice day, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever, and then leave the room with pleasant mood. So these are the simple things that I have shared with you, and I hope that you will definitely enjoy them and bring these changes in your IELTS speaking to get 6.5 or 7 or whatever your dream score is. So thank you for watching this video.